In today's meta, Skull Servant is considered irrelevant. Can you imagine what most would think about a budget Skull Servant deck? But guys, I believe it's a matter of the structure in the deck, the build of the deck, that really makes the deck. So I'm showing you guys what this deck can do going first, this build can do going first. Let's see what this deck can do going second against a meta deck. Alright guys, now this deck is slightly different than what I use for the going first combo. Just swap along a few cards, but I'll give a deck profile for this one. But you guys should check out the going first combo in case you have not seen. But let's see what this deck can do going against a meta deck. So here I am pretty much facing a Cyber Dragon deck, a beefed up Cyber Dragon. As you can see, this deck is $700, and we pretty much going against this deck with our $90 Skull Servant budget. So here I go for the Foolish Burial, which gets negated. Now the first play I went for the A Law of Darkness instead of going for the Danger's effect, because I felt I would have received more from the A Law of Darkness than the Danger. So I went to the A Law of Darkness. Being this card got negated to some extent, Foolish Burial, I expected that. Hence the reason I went the Foolish Burial first. Then I'm gonna go with the Mathematician. Mathematician gonna send Baking Soda to the graveyard. Baking Soda effect's gonna activate. This guy is setting our Nightmare card. Yeah, OTK deck, Swamp decks versus Toronto Tribute. It never ends well, especially. And like, but the plan was, I'm like, okay, this guy showed his hand early, so we are all good. So I'm gonna activate my flag, and flag is one of the reasons why I also went for the Law of Darkness play, because it pretty much makes flag live. So I'm gonna activate flag's effect, special summon flag. So the plan was pretty much to go into flag to search my umbrella and then go into Nightmare to destroy that Torrential Tribute. And from here, I would, based on my hand, this guy is going to get OTK'd or most likely OTK'd. But this guy activates his Torrential Tribute. So I don't know if to give this guy credit, as in this Torrential Tribute was planned, like he was aware that I would have went into a Nightmare, or it was just a premature Torrential Tribute. But I'm gonna give this guy credit. So I didn't want to keep my field empty. I pretty much went into the Prince effect to get my King of the Skull Servant onto the field, and then I went into my Mr. White effect to have Lady of White on the field to keep him protected. And you know, it's a little 2,000 life points to this guy. I don't know what he's playing. I don't want to keep my field empty, but just hoping that, you know, it's nothing too crazy. So this guy opens, this guy draws into his Pot of Prosperity, and I'm like, okay, now I know what this guy is playing. Cyber Dragons. He goes into his core, and then guys, this guy starts going off here, like, right? This guy starts going off, because I was like, my hand is fine. It doesn't matter. Cyber Infinite is no threat, right? Infinite is no threat. My one negate, I can beat you on that. I am good. But little that I know, this guy pretty much went into a Dragoon player. Like, wow, that should be expected. Man, pop knife field, attack direct. Now, thanks to the pot, I'm only losing half of the battle damage, which is all fine. So I'm now going against a Dragoon and an Infinite, which is a lot, right? But the plan now is to pretty much beat out these effects. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go with the Princess effect, activate Princess effect, which is pretty much a reduce Dragon's effect, attack points. But he's not having that, because he noticed if I just attack for Dragoon, then it pretty much makes it easier for me to combo off. So he's negating that, which I'm fine. I expected that much. Now I'm gonna activate Flag's effect. And special summon itself, returning one of my banished monsters back to the graveyard, to the deck. And I am going to go into my search, which is gonna allow me to go into Umbrella. So if you guys have not seen my combo video, this is pretty much the reason I run the Nemesis cards. They act as an additional body, and they can recycle my banished cards, which keeps my Prince active every time, because whenever I send a Lady of White or Skull Servant to the banish, it limits the amount of times I can use Prince. But if I return them back to the deck, You can keep using Prince effect over and over. So this is why the spicy tech is there. But if you want to see more spicy tech, check out the turn 1 combo video. So now this guy allows me to pretty much go into umbrella. Now I summon my baking soda, white baking. I summon my baking soda, and I figured that Dragoon would never allow this effect to go, so he's gonna negate this effect. So guys, we are all done with the 2 informed, 2 interruptions. True, we cannot destroy Dragoon, but this is an OTK deck. We playing monsters with big attack, so Dragon is pretty much a non-factor. So the plan now is to pretty much go into a Phoenix and a Cerberus or any form of the Nightmare package. Now what I love about this deck is the fact that it allows you to go into the Nightmare package and use both effects of the Nightmares. You can get the pop or return to the deck with Unicorn, and get the draw. So here I'm pretty much gonna go for destroying the Phoenix. So I'm gonna go for the Cerberus, which allows me to destroy Phoenix, and it's gonna allow me to draw a card. And luckily for us, I draw into a Prince. So since I draw into a Prince, I'm now gonna go into the Unicorn, and I'm gonna flip that trap card or Magica, whatever it was, and then Prince effect is gonna activate, and I'm gonna activate the second effect. We're gonna go into a Skull Servant, and guys, it's time to put some respect on King of Skull Servant name. This guy is Mr. King of the Skull Servant. Put some respect on this guy name. It's Mr. We're gonna play this guy board, and oh dear, GG, this guy is salty. Yeah, game 2, this guy is coming out with vengeance, guys. Game 2, this guy is coming out with vengeance. Let's jump to game 2. Yeah, this guy is opening nice, guys. This guy is opening so well, and it's like, oh, I'm like, all right. When I saw this going up, I was like, okay, most likely this guy is gonna do the combo he did during the first turn. We're gonna deal with 2 forms of interruptions, a Dragoon again, and Infinite. Based on my hand, I'm fine. We do have enough cards to beat our Dragon, but this guy sets 2 cards face down, guys. This guy sets 2 cards face down, which makes things a lot more scarier. He's gonna keep a card in his hand for Dragoon, so I'm like, okay, we are maybe dealing with at least 3 interruptions there, at least 3 interruptions. Little I knew, it was actually 4 interruptions. It's gonna so guys, before I attempt to tackle this board, if you guys are receiving any value from this video, hit that like button and share it for friends, guys. Share it for friends, spread the words. This channel is all about empowering budget duelists, budget players, man. Rise. Well, let's tackle this guy here. So first now, the plan is to bait out one of these effects. These are the 2 known effects. I know the plan is to bait them. So this time we are going to use Princess effect again, but this time I'm not going to discard it to the graveyard. I'm going to normal summon now. Now what I love about White Princess is the fact that both effects can activate anytime. Upon summoning it, the effect to send the Prince to the graveyard activates, and then it can chain its second effect to tribute itself to decrease monster's attack based on the level. So I'm like, based on what this guy does, I'm just gonna use the second effect. At least I'm gonna gain something out of it and bait out an effect. So I'm gonna normal summon it, activate for this guy activates Impulse. So yeah, definitely we were expecting 3 forms of negate. Now we see, but what I love about this interaction is Impulse is a targeted negate. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna tribute our monster, which means we are gonna dodge the Impulse, and our first effect is still gonna activate because we are now in a new chain in a second effect. Being that this guy now fears this reduction of attack effect, he negates the second effect. But our first effect is already live. So we still are gonna be sending our White Prince to the grave, which is gonna trigger his effect, and he's gonna send in Skull Servant and a Lady of White. I'm gonna activate his second effect to go into Skull Servant. No negate there, no negate. I was expecting a negate, but I guess this guy is being cautious. He still has his Dragoon, which is a big boss, you know. Come on, Dragoon, that's Dragoon. Dragoon players are very cocky and confident. Alright. So here I go into the umbrella. So this same plan I had. This guy is just gonna stop it. So this guy goes for a quick torrential tribute again. So now I'm convinced that this guy torrential tribute is most likely a premature torrential tribute. I tried giving him credit the first duel, but this guy goes to attribute. Dragoon is all good because Dragoon cannot be destroyed. Little bit like that in you, I had my baking soda in hand. Baking soda pretty much can protect Skull Servant, or sorry, Mr. King of the Skull Servant, by discarding itself. Then its second effect kicks in, which the Dragon negates. So guys, we are done with the 4 forms of negate. We still have 3 cards on the field, and we have a 2K Mr. King of the Skull Servant. So I'm pretty much gonna go. With my dangerous effect. So hopefully get one of my Skull Servants in the graveyard. And it so happens my Mr. King of the Skull Servant is now at 3K. We can destroy Dragoon. We get to draw a card, and this guy packs his deck. He can have it, guys. Yeah! Skull Servants, $90 versus a $700 deck. Guys, hope you enjoy. Updated deck profile coming up.